Hi, thanks for joining us. I'm Marissa.
I'm Julie, the nutritionist.
And we're here for the waq'iswi Wellness Program Community Cooking Class. And tonight we're making
salads. We're making some fast, easy stuff that won't make your kitchen a million degrees. Hopefully some delicious stuff. So, and Kara is at a baseball tournament with her boys, so we're filming ourselves. So again, if there's any crazy filming, it's not Kara's fault.
Please, throughout the video, if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, feel free to mention them in the comments. And then we're not going to be monitoring while we're cooking, but I'll try and take a look towards the end and see if we can answer any of the questions.
Okay. So, the recipes we're making tonight are actually going to be really fast. The salad recipe, we're using ground chicken. You could also use chicken breast, chicken thighs, ground beef, fajita sliced beef if you prefer beef to chicken. And we're going to be cooking our chicken, putting an Asian sauce on it, letting it cool, and then basically making it into a salad. It could also be a lettuce wrap, so to show you how you could do that. You could also make it into a traditional wrap and use a tortilla or any kind of a wrap that you want to, or you could serve it over rice or noodles. And you could also add either the crunchy chow mein noodles to the salad if you wanted more carbs, or some soft chow mein noodles, which we have tonight. So we'll show you some options.
And then we're also going to have like a cold Cobb salad bar, so you can come up when we're done and add whatever it is you want to it. But salads are fun and easy because they're light and refreshing. But if you add a protein to it, it can also make you feel pretty full for a period of time.
Complete.
And the nice part about, a lot of times we don't want to eat salad because we have to prep and cut all these vegetables, but you can cut them ahead of time and then store them in like containers. And then it's easy to grab and just throw your lettuce, throw your tomatoes, throw your cucumber in there.
We'll show you some shortcuts.
And we'll show you some shortcuts, yes.
Okay, so I'm just going to take our brown chicken and put it over here to cook. We have a little gadget that's really kind of handy. You've never seen this. Pampered Chef sells them, but a whole bunch of companies do that. It's a nice little chopper to ground meat with. Otherwise, I would just use a spatula, which I also like to use.
That one's off Amazon. It was like probably a third of the cost of Pampered Chef.
I'm just going to get small. Excuse my back to everybody. I'm just going to turn that on.
So we did wash the lettuce. I'm going to save some pieces for lettuce wraps, but I'm also going to cut the rest of it for our leafy salad. When you do a lettuce wrap, you want to try and get your bigger, more thick pieces of lettuce so it can support whatever it is you're putting in it.
Okay. I'm going to start mixing up the marinade that goes into the meat. Let's see what I need to grab.
Should I got a second cut of lettuce?
Oh yeah, it's okay. We'll just be sparing. Okay. We're gonna do a lot. Okay. Hoisin sauce. So hoisin sauce smells kind of like teriyaki sauce if no one's ever tried it. It's very easy. I'm gonna take, and it looks like we're doubling it. So I'm gonna take about half a cup of this. Sticky stuff in here. Smells really good. I like the smell of this.
While she does most of the oriental salad, I'm going to just cut everything for the leafy salad.
I'll get this on my hands would be my specialty. Super sticky. Okay. Hoisin
If you guys have any questions throughout, please just speak up.
Do you want to hand me your rice vinegar? Thank you. I'm already doing the sticky stuff all over.
Oh, looking fancy in here.
Yes, thank you. Hopefully not going to set up the smoke detector. I've only done that once and I have not done it while we've been live filmed, so.
Oh, I'm sorry.
yeah,
I didn't
sorry,
know you were
are.
filming. Oh, gracious sakes.
It's
I had
okay.
no idea.
I should have warned you, sorry. Okay, so I have 2 tablespoons of rice vinegar. I've got a half a cup of hoisin sauce.
Oh, good.
It does smell good. I know, it's the combination is already good. Okay, and a tablespoon of sriracha.
I'm going to use a big knife. They got new knives too. That is like amazing. Look at this thing.
So you have to, you're using like old camping knives
Oh.
in here before.
It makes such a difference when you cook to have a decent knife. A sharp knife. Costco has some knives.
Yes, they
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, they do. And they have a great return policy, so if you end up not liking it.
I'm gonna wear my glasses so I have to look carefully.
I can
Okay.
take it from you too.
I'm good right now. I need soy sauce. Okay, so soy sauce does have a lot of salt. We're using the reduced sodium soy sauce, but even I admit Soy sauce has a taste that's hard to duplicate with anything else. So I think that it does have a place in cooking. You just have to be careful not to use a whole lot of extra. And I've said this before. I know some people that actually go super crazy with soy sauce. I have a friend that puts it on everything, including the tea.
What?
So,
Like a leafy tea?
no, like you go to a Chinese restaurant and you get tea.
Oh.
She puts soy sauce in everything and then pours it into the tea. So really, that's probably the. I think if we're not going that far, we're probably doing pretty well. That's great. I'm like, yeah, I believe you, but I'm not trying it. Okay. So a teaspoon of grated fresh ginger. So ginger looks really weird. It's a root. Anybody, if you haven't seen this before, it kind of looks like a weird growth. It's super concentrated. People sometimes chew.
I just registered
That's, sorry. People sometimes chew it, but it's got some heat. So if you haven't actually tried ginger, it's kind of spicy. So a little bit goes a long way. We only need a teaspoon grated. I'm just going to peel and take a paring knife and peel a little bit of the brown paper-like skin off. Thank you.
Welcome.
And then it's sort of white underneath. You've probably all seen ground ginger. It's sort of yellow, but it is pretty. It does pack a little bit of heat. So I'm just gonna.
Should I bring my grater back here or did I not? I did not.
I'm gonna check in the drawer and see if there's one, and if there isn't, I'm just gonna cut it. Oh, here it is. Yay! I'm just gonna grate it onto this so I can see how much I have. Sometimes I put extra ginger and stuff for myself. I don't want to kill anyone. It'll be spicy.
I like ginger. I like ginger on sushi.
Yeah, I do too. That's pickled, so it's sometimes not quite as hot.
Yeah. It'll
Yeah. So this isn't as
kind of
fun.
cleanse your palate too.
Yeah,
I
it sure
heard
does.
something
It will
beep.
melt your palate. Okay. That's a little bigger grate, but since I don't have a tiny little one.
I'll cut up green onions. So green onions can go in this leafy salad, but were bought for the oriental ones, so I'm gonna cut those out.
Yeah, and those are just gonna go in at the.
Do you want the whites or the greens?
Like from there to there.
Okay.
Thanks for sharing with me. Okay. Soy sauce, grated ginger. Okay. That's actually it.
Sometimes simple is just like,
Yeah.
wait, what?
That was like so easy.
What
I
am
know.
I missing?
I know. We've done some pretty complicated recipes
I'm
here.
not finished. Our first one that we did, we tried cooking an entire chicken, and like having to de-gut it and debone it, and then we tried to make these elaborate potatoes, and Julie's running back to a different oven
I
all the
almost
way
used to
across the
go
building.
I know. I almost used a blowtorch, which is ridiculous.
We've come a long way.
Let's get started with this. Okay, so here's my hoisin sauce, soy sauce, ginger, rice vinegar. It's just going to be seasoning for the meat. Okay, so with that. And there's also a dressing. Okay, a separate bowl. It's got all the same ingredients in it. So I'm going to come around and just grab something and do.
Okay.
The dressing has sesame oil.
Okay.
Thank you.
Stuff over.
I'm actually going to cheat a little bit, put my glasses on,
Okay, there's the green onion.
so that we have a better outcome here. Okay.
I love the smell of green
I
onion.
do too. Okay, there's that. Water chestnuts are kind of a weird thing.
I almost forgot them, and then I saw
So
them.
they're super low carb, and they're sort of a weird texture. I have people think they were potatoes when they're in something, but they definitely do have kind of an Asian skin. Thank you. Is the can open over here already?
It should be in that box over there at the end.
Okay. Yeah, right next to me. That's great.
Hey, if you don't know it's there, then you don't know.
Thank you. So that's really easy. We're just going to brown the meat, pour on the marinade, stir it in, and let it cool. Because hot meat on cool greens are not always great.
No.
So let that cool a little bit so it doesn't cook over us.
Should we start boiling the water?
Sure.
Okay.
Do you want to turn
Front, rear.
the water in there?
There is. You put water in.
I did. I couldn't see how full it was.
Okay, I'm gonna cut up broccoli next. I think raw broccoli in a cold salad is delicious. or if you just dip it in. So for ranch, we're doing just plain Greek yogurt, non-fat, and then you take the ranch seasoning packets and you put it in there and mix it around, and it tastes just like ranch dressing, but it's a lot thicker and creamier. It's a good little hack. Because usually those packets will call for sour cream, and that's not a great choice for.
And that actually gives you some extra protein,
Yes, that too.
besides the cultured food and all that probiotics that are in yogurt. Yeah, look this up if I go to the end of that, it's fine. So, the recipe claims that this seasoning is going to taste like a P.F. Chang's lettuce wrap. So I don't know if you have those, but we'll see.
Those are good. That's a high bar to set.
That's how I found it. I switched back to the spatula and lifted it up. This is going to be the longest step, is to watching me brown this meat.
Have you made that egg roll and bowl?
Yes.
That almost looks like that.
Yes.
So good.
So this is kind of like that. Yeah.
Except for the hoisin.
Yes. So this is, yeah, basically like a deconstructed lettuce wrap or egg roll. Yes.
And
Pretty close.
I just take a bag of that, cabbage, and then put sausages in the
This is getting there.
put it down with the wrap.
Okay, this is ground chicken. So it's not going to be brown when it's cooked. It's going to be white. We don't want it to be pink or red. But if we wait for this to be brown, it's not going to. And like I said before, this could be ground beef if you wanted it to be, or like beef fajita meat. It could be diced chicken breast. It could be chicken thigh, boneless chicken thigh cut up. So whatever your preference is for meat. Then I'm going to add the green onions and the water chestnuts when I add the sauce.
These are new cutting mats too. They're so weird. They're like
Yeah, I know. I feel like
sterile.
I'm doing something bad.
Like you see how it's like a. They're nice though.
When this is cooling off, I'll make the dressing. Yeah, I feel
Are
like
they in the cooking mats too?
yes,
Yeah, I think so.
yes.
You need some more? Maybe. Yeah? Okay.
They're supposed to be heat resistant, cut resistant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, this is getting there.
Okay, now I'm working on the piece of burger.
I love to cut. I feel like I need to come over and help you. I've got the browning job now. Okay, so this is really going to be the longest part. This might end up being faster than a lot of things we've done.
Let me get to enjoy to company.
I shouldn't jinx us and have something that takes a lot longer than we think.
Okay.
Yeah, we want that rolling farther.
This
Okay.
knife is amazing.
I know, it is nice. The first time we cut it here, we were basically using utensils that hadn't been stolen, so we had a really bad knife.
It was terrible.
It was really bad.
Trying to cut that chicken up with it.
And it had a really flimsy spatula. I felt like when you're camping and you only have one fork. This is not working out. I'm gonna wash my hands and wash my hands 5,000 times. I just can't seem to get myself in a glove right now. Okay, I'm just dicing these up so we don't get a big bite of water chestnut. I feel like I should close that door. Thank you. So people don't accidentally be filmed from the side when they don't realize they are being filmed.
Try not to touch it so I don't have to change my gloves.
I know.
There we go.
Wash my hands. I'll wash my hands again.
We got this fancy new rolling cart too, so we can keep all of our stuff on it.
Hold it without crashing it. Okay, there's that. Wash my hands.
How's your meat doing?
It's getting there. It's close. And I'm going to put some of the green onions in there and the water chestnuts when I get it seasoned.
Okay.
I'm going to do the draining trick with it when it's done. Dump it into the colander.
I got a little lazy with the carrots and got mashed stick carrots, so they're like shredded. Great for salads. But you can just buy baby carrots and cut them up.
I'm also going to cut up the red pepper. So we're adding some extra vegetables because we can.
Yeah.
So so I'll cut those two in a jiffy as soon as this is done. I feel like I'm missing out because I haven't stuck here back cooking meat.
You're not. You're doing a great job.
It's like, let me chop something. I'll chop the peppers, I'll be super fast. So you could add anything to this. You could add bok choy. We have a cabbage blend we're using. You could use any lettuce blend you want to. You could add mushrooms, you could add tomatoes, whatever vegetable you want, it could definitely be added to this.
And I got lazy on the cabbage, so I actually just got a coleslaw kit because it has green cabbage, red cabbage, and carrots, and then a dressing, but you can save the dressing for something else.
And the original recipe just had just regular, just like lettuce that you would use as a wrap, like romaine chopped. So we're adding the cabbage blend instead. And then I need to save me some leaves. So we could actually make a lettuce wrap with the deconstructed lettuce wrap if we want to. And then it's gonna hit it with some hot water. And then I'll put my seasoning on it. And then we're gonna let this cool. Like I said, so we don't put hot meat on our lettuce, which is not a super yummy option. I know fast food taco salads do it sometimes. We're going to try not to. Okay, there we go. So, I'm going to add, yours is all tiny and mine's not. Yes, I got the hoisin sauce and everything. I'm going to put the water chestnuts in here. Oh, they're hot. Oh, I'm going to rinse this off.
I think I'm going to move this up because that's a smaller version.
Yeah. And I'm going to have to cook for 3 minutes, so it'll be fast.
Yeah, it's quick.
Okay, and then my green onions are going into here.
Oh, it's good.
And then my hoisin sauce is going in. There we go. I call it hoisin sauce. Maybe. Stir that in.
I put a little bit of salt in the water to kind of whip to help speed up the boiling process.
And we need to be careful with these because they really, these rice noodles, they are almost transparent and they really cook completely in about 3 minutes. And if you go too far, they dissolve. So we need to do that.
Have you ever made the chicken roll?
Made what?
No, but that's, I mean, I would order that at a Thai place or something like that.
It is really easy.
Yeah, it sounds delicious.
Just cut the chicken and put the cilantro
I love
and green onions
Mm-hmm.
and take a couple of peanuts and cut them off, you know, break them up. And stir it up with the peanut sauce and then just put it right in the oven on broil for 10 minutes.
That sounds delicious.
It's the chicken. And so meanwhile you boil your noodles and then you have your noodles with that packet of egg in there. Yum.
That sounds really delicious. This will have cashews in it. And obviously, if you think you have a person with a nut allergy, you would not be putting cashews in
I
this.
thought it was making it too.
Yeah, that's great. Cool.
No, keep sharing.
Alright, I'll put this on here.
You might have.
I feel like we could double up that. I could put a little more sauce on this. We'll see. I think I've got about 3 pounds in there. Okay. A giant sippy cup.
You got some butter and garlic croutons. Obviously, crouton is a carb, but everything is in moderation.
If you felt like it,
I do. Cutting
you
up the peppers.
you could make the dressing right there.
Okay.
And maybe double it if you want to. And then I'll cut the peppers out. And I feel like I could actually add a little bit more of that sauce to it, but I'll just leave it as is. So I think we actually have about
setting it over to you then.
I think we have about 3 pounds of meat actually.
Yeah.
So I doubled it, but I probably could have actually tripled it.
Okay.
So I might actually make one more little bit of that sauce and put it on there. Just so it's
What sauce am I making?
You were making a salad dressing.
Oh, okay.
And I might make a teeny bit more of the sauce for the meat just to season it a teeny bit since I think that's actually pretty good.
Okay, salad dressing. Here we go.
And it's kind of similar to what I have in this.
So we need 9 tablespoons of rice vinegar. We're tripling it.
Yeah. I didn't triple, I should have. Okay. Sorry, there were some sauces over there.
Wait,
The cup is attached, so I can't set it down without it tipping. I didn't grab any other measuring cups. So I'm creating a hoisin sauce wasteland over here. And that has garlic and sesame oil in it, and the seasoning for the meat doesn't. Otherwise,
Oh, this one?
Yes. Otherwise, it's similar. I'll send it to us.
Thank you.
It is. Okay, I'm just gonna make one more little half batch of that, just for a little extra seasoning.
Don't have canola oil, but do have avocado.
Avocado will be just as good, just the same. A neutral oil. Okay, I'm just gonna make a quickie of this.
1.5, so
You need this.
4.5 tablespoons. I always think the hardest part about cooking is the math.
Well, this would be pretty forgiving too for.
Right. I don't really ever cook with a recipe.
Excuse my hoisin sauce wasteland over here. And sesame oil has a really strong taste, but I love it. They're all attached. So you usually bring that other step back there. Okay. I'm just gonna
So 3
have all that.
to these guys.
And then you need the honey. Mine doesn't have the dressing has honey, and my part doesn't. And do a teeny bit more ginger.
1 teaspoon of honey. 3.
I have a little micro planer, which is a smaller grate that I usually have back here, but I don't have. But this is going to be just fine.
We're gonna have to add all the honey because
It's fine.
not come out of it.
Yeah, it's fine. It's only a tablespoon. So you've got it.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So the dressing is a little sweeter than the marinade is, which would make sense. There we go.
Grated fresh ginger. You got some more of that?
I can grate you some. Do you need a couple teaspoons?
We need 3 teaspoons.
I will grate it for you.
We
Just
need
kind of stir this in there. Okay.
garlic.
Better. I'm going easy on the sriracha, but you could definitely add more sriracha if you wanted to. There you go. My mouth got all this crazy stuff on it.
The table is low.
Yeah, it is.
So for tall people, it's
That is kind of old. You can see kind of the hunchback. Okay. So, when that cool.
I have a problem with this thing fitting.
Yeah.
okay,
and cashews.
salt and a
Cashews
little
can
bit
go
of
in there
pepper.
too. I did get the cashews. Okay, so obviously if you're taking this to a community event and you're not sure if anybody has a nut allergy, you can leave the cashews out. Since nuts are a common allergen, but I'm gonna pick them in. If you wanted something crunchy that almost no one is allergic to, you could use sunflower seed kernels. They're not quite the same, but no one's allergic to them. Almost no one. So they're considered the safest sort of a nut that you could use.
Also a great salad topper.
Yes, they are. And then good healthy fats and a little bit of protein. Okay, I'm stirring this in. This is like the base for the salad.
I'm going to start
And just watch for about 3 minutes. And then we'll pick it in a colander and run it under cold water so it stops cooking. You can actually dissolve those pretty fast. Funny story, I know somebody that tried to put those in the Instant Pot.
Oh boy.
And they opened it up and all they had was starchy water. So those cook really fast. Starchy water is not delicious. It's easy to do that. And somebody else did that with rice in a crock pot. They put something in there on high for 4 hours and the rice disappeared.
For our chow mein noodles, we just got these ones.
So I was also thinking if you wanted that to be like lo mein, you could also just use the crunchy chow mein noodles that we all grew up eating. It'd be super fast and easy. Or keep it really low carb and not put any in at all. Depending on what you want to do.
Yeah, this could kind of be like, you know how you go to the like Rosar's Deli and you order the, I don't know if you've ever seen Oriental salads like with noodles. That's kind of what this reminds
Or
me
the
of.
Mongolian grill.
Yeah,
Not quite the same.
or Mongolian Hut.
Yes.
I love that place.
I've gone there actually.
You never have?
No.
I think they got one in Moscow. Something like that.
You know, this, I'm not short than you are, and this table's actually kind of short for me to chop today, so I can imagine how you feel. Okay.
I'm gonna rinse your peppers off, if that's okay, to get the seeds off.
Perfect. Since I'm cutting all on the same mat here. But first,
But wait,
there's more. Okay, where's the bowl? Do you have the lettuce in the bowl already for
we do.
this? For this?
Lettuce is over there, so we'll need another bowl.
Okay. Do we have another sort of large one in that set, or I can, yes, we do.
You ready to do the other two?
That's probably good.
For as much meat as we have now. One more?
Dealer's choice. If you want to do it.
I'm gonna do it.
I'll do it. I mean, I do what I want to, so I can't say you can't. Anyways, for the milk and the package over here.
Should I bring cold water on the noodles?
Yes.
Okay. So cold water is good if you're making like a cold salad, but it also helps stop the cooking of the noodle.
So those will get really sticky and almost dissolve otherwise.
I'll just spill them all out.
It's all right.
I didn't.
So this could be any kind of salad mix that you want. It could be just regular green lettuce. Okay. And this does just come with a creamy coleslaw dressing, which we don't care about. So I'm going to put that off to the side. Okay. So this just has cabbage, carrots, purple cabbage.
Should I put these in this bowl?
Sure. This is fine. I'm gonna put the peppers in somewhere.
I think I'm gonna do just a drop of sesame oil to keep them from sticking together.
And this is where it'll taste good. So I'm just gonna leave the peppers on the side and make them an optional thing because not everybody loves peppers. And so this could be an added. But the dressing is over there. Yeah, put it in.
Anytime you make a noodle,
Smell good.
you can add just
Oh, yeah,
like
it
a
does.
couple drops of like olive oil, avocado oil. In this case, I use the sesame oil because that's our flavor profile, and it helps the noodles from sticking together.
So, and
I've already known that.
if you've ever had the salad with like cabbage and ramen noodles people make, this dressing smells exactly like that.
Like she doesn't have to be on camera.
Nobody does. Nobody has to be the record ones.
I don't know. I'm getting kind of used to it. I feel like the first couple of times it was like, what do I do with my hands? Where do I look?
Thank you. That's our goal. And so far we haven't made anything that's a disaster.
We want it to taste good too.
Yes, we do.
Smelling good.
Yeah, that's always a good sign, right?
I'll start on the ranch while that water
Okay.
boils. So I already took the seal off, which is why it's not on there.
Okay, so
sorry.
it's okay. That chicken that we cooked, it could be a wrap, it could be over rice, it could be over noodles. So you could just make it a regular sandwich and just put the chicken, whatever vegetables you want to, and that dressing on it. It would be a pretty good wrap. For some reason I'm struggling with seeds. I don't normally have any problems.
So Greek yogurt will naturally separate, so it's normal to open something of it and it has
Liquid at the top.
liquid. You just give it a little mix and it goes right back to normal.
Dice these.
I'm gonna put that in a bigger bowl because that's gonna be fun to try and.
Do you need, I have got another bowl up in my other supply closet if you need a bigger one.
I don't need that big.
I've got a clear glass one up there I can grab.
Let me just stand
Probably have
here.
enough peppers cut. Too, I don't have fortune cookies.
That was a good idea.
I know, I couldn't find any. Amazon
Ooh.
moving at dinner
I
time.
can use this. So I'm actually gonna do like, probably half, actually no, I'll have enough space to mix it. So just put it all in there. And this makes a pretty big batch of ranch, so you could always put it back in the yogurt container after you serve it.
And it would probably keep about up to 5 days
Yeah, as long as
before it
people double
starts to
dip.
separate and not be safe. Okay, I'm not gonna put any more peppers, I'm just gonna do the graveyard.
Okay. I got, never tried it before, but the Kinder's brand of ranch versus the that one, Hidden Valley.
Mhm.
I love Kinder's barbecue sauce, so this better be good.
So we're pretty close with this.
Okay.
I could show something really fast. I'll show it when we get the weight. So, if you wanted this to be a lettuce wrap, you're gonna take a bigger lettuce leaf. So we deconstructed a lettuce wrap, and now I'm wanting to make it back into a lettuce wrap, which is sort of funny. Gonna put some of the meat on it. That would be neat, wouldn't it? Gonna put some meat in the middle. And then I'm going to put some cabbage on there. Some pepper on there. And then a little bit of Asian dressing, which I have not tried. Hopefully it's good. It looks good. Okay? And then I'm just going to roll this up. I'm going to roll it lengthways. I think it's going to be easier. So we could make the chopped lettuce salad into a lettuce wrap. So there's that. Ta-da!
There's our ranch. It looks a little bit thicker than normal ranch, but I promise it's
I
good.
put too much in there. Okay.
Pinky promise. And these,
So we're actually pretty close. We're going to be pretty fast compared to our normal.
oh, yeah, wow.
I'm going to taste that. I'm going to go spoon. I'm going to have to make a nice face even if I didn't think this is either bad.
Oh my gosh, it's so.
Okay, there's
20
also,
minute under meals.
the carrots could be underneath too. I know this is actually the best. I am going to try this one this week. I like stuff pretty spicy, so I'm not always a great judge.
Come on.
That's good. Okay. We'll get more noodles. A few more minutes.
Yeah, thank you. No, I'm usually the one that's the most mess.
That's why I probably owe you to clean up a little bit. Okay. And then we could just let people dish up and be good.
Do we want to show what it looks like with some noodles?
Yeah, we could.
Okay.
So if you wanted a carby thing, you could also, this could be a salad. You could add the chow mein noodles we have. You could add crunchy chow mein noodles. You could add simpler seeds, whatever you want to. So this could almost be like an Asian salad bar also to make the chopped salad. The serving suggestions were just to take the lettuce or the cabbage mix and some of the chicken mixture and then just the dressing. So we just added a few extra things. We're pretty close. You want me to plate some of it with noodles and see what it looks like?
Yeah.
I'll do that. I'll put it on this. That'll be good.
And then we'll post a picture of everything that's plated too, because like the Cobb salad, people aren't gonna be able to see when it's all
Taking a little bit of this.
deconstructed.
Yes. I'm gonna put the recipe on our site too. So I've got some lettuce. I'm gonna get tongs in there.
Or you can have these ones on.
There's a bunch. We've got a million pairs. Put some of this on there. I'm gonna cook. Sorry. Put a little bit of the noodles on there. Ta-da. And a little bit of the chicken on there. Put a little carby thing on there. And then a little bit of the dressing. And not actually taste it. Ta-da. So I don't drop it on the floor. There's that. So I have a bunch of sample food up here that people may or may not want to eat. The way I made it.
I'll eat a plated
I will
meal
too.
anytime.
I will too, actually. I'll put some carrots on here too. I'm shopping from all the aisles here. Okay. Do we want to stop our live feed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you
Thanks
for
for watching.
joining.
Hope it's delicious if you make it.
If you have any questions, please post them in the chat.
We'll address them later. We'll also post the recipe. Have a great day.